Manchester United's 3-0 victory over Southampton, a detailed post-match analysis and reflection on squad depth, tactics, and future plans. Manchester United's 3-0 victory over Southampton at St Mary's Stadium on September 14, 2024, brought a huge sense of relief to the team, the manager, and the fans. After 2 consecutive defeats, away to Brighton and a humiliating home loss to Liverpool, United needed a win to steady the ship. Erik ten Hag and his squad were under immense pressure, and anything less than 3 points could have deepened the growing crisis. Pre-match concerns and tactical setup. One of the surprises in today's lineup was the absence of Toby Collier, a promising young talent who has impressed in recent matches. With Collier out of the starting 11, United seemed disjointed in midfield, particularly during the opening 30 minutes. The decision to deploy Kobbie Mainoo in central midfield, with Diego Dalot at left-back, left United vulnerable in several areas. Dalot, a natural right-back, has struggled when placed on the left, and today was no different. Southampton's Tyler Dibling frequently exploited Dalot's defensive limitations, outpacing and outmaneuvering him multiple times. The positioning of Dalot at left-back is something that Ten Hag needs to reconsider moving forward. While Dalot has shown versatility, especially in recent matches for United and previously at Chelsea, he is simply not as comfortable on the left side. His weaker foot and unfamiliarity with the positioning were evident today, and Dibling capitalized on this with a threatening shot that earned Southampton a penalty. Andre Onana's heroics, the game changer. Speaking of Onana, the Cameroonian goalkeeper has often been the unsung hero of this United side since joining from Inter Milan. Today, he proved to be the difference in the early stages, bailing out his team when they seemed on the verge of conceding. His penalty save was a turning point. It not only kept United level, but also boosted the team's morale. After Onana's heroics, United began to grow in confidence, and it was from a counter-attack turn corner that the breakthrough came. Matthijs de Ligt and Marcus Rashford sealed the game. The first goal was a much-needed morale boost, and it came courtesy of Matthijs de Ligt. After a corner, the Dutch defender rose above everyone to head the ball past Southampton's keeper, giving United a 1-0 lead. De Ligt's goal was symbolic of the resilience the team needed to show after 2 consecutive defeats. His presence in the box during set pieces is always a threat, and today he capitalized brilliantly. Just 6 minutes later, Marcus Rashford doubled United's lead with a fantastic bending shot from outside the box. It was the kind of goal that showcased the talent Rashford possesses when he is focused and confident. The forward has often been criticized for inconsistency, but today he was sharp, decisive, and clinical. His goal was a killer blow for Southampton, who never truly recovered after going 2-0 down. One of the biggest challenges for Rashford, however, remains his ability to sustain this level of performance consistently. When Rashford is in form, he is one of the most dangerous forwards in the Premier League. However, maintaining this form across an entire season has been his Achilles heel. If Rashford can focus on being more mentally resilient and continue working on his physical sharpness, he could become a more reliable attacking outlet for United. While United secured a comprehensive victory, their midfield looked shaky in the opening half hour. Kobbie Mainoo, although promising, struggled to maintain possession and allowed Southampton's midfielders to control the tempo. Mainoo's errors, combined with Dalot's struggles on the left, left United vulnerable to counter-attacks. The absence of Toby Collier in the starting lineup raised eyebrows among the fans, and it became clear early on why his presence was missed. Collier has grown into a reliable defensive midfielder for United, offering stability and shielding the backline effectively. His exclusion from today's match seemed to disrupt United's balance in the middle of the park. Amad Diallo's performance and tactical changes. On the wings, Amad Diallo put in a consistently good performance, stretching Southampton's defence with his pace and dribbling. However, Diallo might have benefited from being substituted around the 70th or 75th minute to bring on Antony. Unfortunately, due to injuries to Matthijs de Ligt, Lisandro Martinez and Noussair Mazraoui, Ten Hag was forced to keep Diallo on the pitch for the full 90 minutes. While Diallo was impressive, it would have been a good opportunity for Antony to get some minutes, especially as the Brazilian offers a different dynamic on the right flank. Ten Hag must find ways to rotate his squad effectively to keep key players fresh and avoid unnecessary injuries, particularly with United's heavy fixture schedule this season. Bruno Fernandez, flashes of brilliance amid inconsistency. Bruno Fernandez, United's captain, provided a delightful assist for De Ligt's opening goal, but his overall performance was not up to his usual high standards. Bruno's tendency to hold onto the ball for too long at times has been a recurring issue, and today it allowed Southampton to disrupt United's rhythm in attack. To maximize his impact, Bruno needs to release the ball quicker and avoid overcomplicating situations, particularly in high-pressure games. His shooting too needs to improve, as many of his attempts lack precision and power. Looking ahead, squad depth and transfer market plans. While United's win today was much needed, the injuries to De Ligt, Martinez and Mazraoui pose significant concerns. United's defensive depth is already thin, and losing two key centre-backs and a full-back could create problems in upcoming matches. Erik ten Hag will need to explore solutions within the squad, perhaps bringing in a left-back from the under-18s to relieve the pressure on Dalot. Dalot's struggles as a left-back today show that United needs reinforcements in that position, either from the academy or through the transfer market. As for the January transfer window, United must prioritise recruiting a defensive midfielder and a left-back. These two positions have been weak points in recent matches, and strengthening them could prevent further tactical vulnerabilities. The midfield especially needs reinforcement, as relying on Collier alone is risky, given his inexperience at the top level. A player like Manuel Ugarte could also provide the depth needed to challenge Casemiro for the starting spot. Conclusion: a step forward but more work ahead. Manchester United's 3-0 victory over Southampton was a crucial result, but the match exposed underlying issues that need to be addressed. From squad depth to tactical adjustments, Erik ten Hag has a lot to consider as United prepares for their next Premier League fixture against Crystal Palace and their EFL Cup tie against Barnsley. United cannot afford to become complacent, especially with injuries piling up and consistency still elusive. If United can address their defensive and midfield vulnerabilities, and key players like Rashford and Bruno can maintain their form, the team could find itself in a much stronger position as the season progresses.